All right. Save changes. Welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News this week. Let's thank our marketing partners. We'll go backwards.
Remember how to do that?
Yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. I got to thank GAC, Great American Company. Papa John's for the pizza. Somebody ate the hell out of my pizza there.
I think it was Jack.
I think it's some little culprit over here.
Oh.
He's got a never-ending stomach.
Face. He looks guilty.
I grabbed it and I like one up here. You know, it's so light. VA 811. Call before you dig. I think Factory Canopies of Todd Davis out there. Those guys. We had a good time with them at Charlotte. Todd was supposed to go to Phoenix. He ended up not going. Had some stuff going on. Slinger Speed Company. I think Tim Brown over at Slinger Speed. Black Acid Racing Apparel. MPM Marketing. I think Tanya McAllister. She's going to be coming on board with some stuff we're going to be doing. Bonnerich Brothers Distillery. Langley Speedway. Seen Bill at Phoenix this weekend, and he looked like he was having a good time. Him and his girlfriend.
Well, I guess they are having a good time. They got all.
Well, he put me and Jimmy to work. We had to work security for him. Nobody was bothering him, so we had to work.
Well, when you're that popular, I guess you need.
Well, pretty important. Yeah. When you're that important, Jack. Not popular, that important.
I don't know if he's popular. He's important. Well, depends on who you ask him.
Well, if you're asking him in the garage, he is, because he's the pellet judge. Performance Plus Motor Oil, Safety Clean. I think Turn 2 Synthetics. Walter Pressure Washing Solutions. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mountain Jack's drink of choice. Mosquito Joe's. I think Mosquito Joe's for coming on board this year. I don't think, even if we wanted to, I don't think we can run Robert Rumbles.
See, you don't even know the man's name. You didn't know who he was, but now you don't know his name.
Well, I just barely know him.
Robert Rumbles.
Rumbles. Yeah,
No B. Rumbles, not Bulls.
Yeah, okay. Robert, I don't think we can run him off if we wanted to.
Who would want to?
Well, he's pretty funny.
No, I enjoy having him when he comes around.
He is quite funny, and he's definitely a Mad Dog fan.
Oh yeah,
big time.
Yes.
He's a pretty big Thomas Fontaine fan too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Too funny. So Southampton Motor Speedway. I think Sammy Gator. Sammy did some graphics and stuff for me and for us, and appreciate Sammy. Mean Dean Automotive with Greer and Associates. And where's he at, Jack?
Moyock.
Dang, he's been practicing.
He's been busy while you were gone, man.
Damn, he come right on out with that one. He come right up.
Well,
it's like he's been practicing.
We're getting done around here when you're gone.
I fuck off too much. What you saying, man? Oh man, damn! I was shocked. You got me on that one. RDS Performance had a good season this year. Thanks those guys. Let's see, man. Forget them guys. Yeah, no. If you order your Papa John's online, use Dotson25 and get your 25% off of your online order. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. Can't forget Fast Eddie.
Well,
even though he forgot the barbecue last time.
Well, we're not worried about last time.
But he's fast.
Well, we need some more.
S&N Communications to come on this year. This year they come this year or last year?
They came this year.
Yeah. From Charlotte on, got to thank those guys for coming on board this year. And promote your stocks.
December the 3rd, down at the Charles Mack Citizens Center in Mooresville, North Carolina. It will be Stocks for Tots. And they are sold out. They sold out the first day.
Oh, wow.
So Eric Ginyard sent me a thing, and I talked to him. And
that's pretty wild. That's pretty cool.
They're all sold out. No more passes to get in.
Wow.
I think they did 75 VIP tickets. You get VIP. It means you get to go in
Get
early.
your autograph.
You go in early, get my autograph, and hang around in there. You know,
He didn't say it is already big enough.
you got a problem with them in there?
I just don't know why they want us.
Well, hey, you haven't taken advantage of the situation.
Well, that's true.
I took advantage of it.
We're just two dumbasses that are good at running our mouth.
But you know what? You know what? It's really nice because a lot of people know our dumbasses down there.
You're right about that.
I enjoy that part. So
I mean, even this in Phoenix, I got my Phoenix shirt on, man. We had a great time at Phoenix. I had to get a shirt there.
Got me a championship hat.
Look, take the damn piece out.
I didn't even.
The cardboard's still in it. There you go.
Cardboard is now gone. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about the cardboard in it.
He was just so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott brought me a hat. I was excited. Did I come in and hand me a hat? You know,
I just want one of the free shit that I got in Phoenix or in Vegas.
You what?
I was like, that wasn't any of the
Wasn't
free.
free.
Wasn't the free shit that I got in SEMA.
I thought you were bringing that too.
Well, I got some stuff. I haven't went through everything.
Well, you
Talking about getting stuff. No, I don't think I showed y'all a picture of Jimmy, and I'll show it on camera. Jimmy loves all this free shit. They give you so much stuff, and day one he had. Let me get to it. He rented a scooter. He's got 4 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. He had so much shit. I don't
Just
think
couldn't
anybody.
stop giving them stuff.
Well, there's
Everybody.
4.5 million square feet is in one convention center. And there's stuff everywhere, and they're all giving something away. And he's gonna get one of everything.
Gonna find
or
everybody
two of everything. So bad so that on Saturday before we went to the Xfinity race, we had to go by Home Depot and buy 2 big boxes because it all wouldn't fit in one. We bought one and he went to the truck and it wouldn't fit, so we had to go back in and get another one and then ship it back. I'm not joking. Seriously? Yes. He did it last time we went.
Oh man.
And
Cheaper than checking bags like
yeah, and then of course Dale Jr. hit him in the leg with the championship flag when he come in the media center.
He was whipping that thing around.
Yeah. Kelly came in at first. She's like, "Y'all are in for a treat," because Dale's in rare form. And when he came in, he hit Jimmy in the back of the leg. He's like, "Ah." It was pretty funny. Mean Dean Automotive car show raised $3,500 for Dave Millard. How cool is that?
That was really good.
Thanks to Dean and the Shiflett family.
That's a really big deal.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, and thanks those guys for that, because certainly could use all the help they can get.
All right, let's do the news real quick. There's not a lot of news, but there is some.
Are they that far behind, or is it just stuff?
In the Cup Series, Joey Logano won the race and won the championship, and that was.
I think you picked him week 1, Scott. I remember him saying it's an even year. Pick Joey, or he had his eye on Joey.
Well, but I mean, that's 3 championships on the road for Penske, right?
Right.
And in all 3 seasons, they have not ran great up into the playoffs. And really, through the playoffs, they haven't run great. And I think this was an unusual, and there was a lot of talk in the media center talking about the point system and how it needs to be blowed up and done something differently. Some of it was in talk because of the stuff that went on at Martinsville, right?
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know, kind of jumping around here, that the 20 car, not Jones. What's the kid in the 20 car?
Bill.
Yeah, Christopher Bell. That I'm glad he didn't win, because it looked like he was a sure shot to win at Phoenix, because he had said in the media center that if I win this race, I'm going to be pissed. Because he would have won the championship and he got out, and because of, he said he didn't ride the wall intentionally and that kind of stuff. And he seemed pretty convincing. But there was some talk of maybe the playoff drivers will sort of have their own points sort of system and stuff, so the other people doesn't
Yeah.
affect it.
There is going to be a change, I heard.
I mean, I kind of hope not. I mean, how more can you get? I mean, we just had an unusual about guys that are outside of the playoffs winning and getting into the next one. I mean, who would have thought that you wouldn't have, like, the 45 just barely made it, right? Well, he ended up winning in, but he would have been out. Kyle Larson was out. Those guys had huge
6
amount of
wins.
playoff points that it was like a 3-race drop that could have carried them on, but there was just so many new winners going into, especially the last couple of rounds, that they didn't make it. And who would have thought? I would have not thought Kyle Larson would have not made it to the Final Four.
Yeah.
That would not with 6 wins and all the extra points he had during the year. I wouldn't have thought that either.
But those guys, the Penske guys have just raised the bar when it comes to Phoenix, right? They've kind of, I mean, the 12 last year, he was out, won at Martinsville just like he did this time, and I thought he was going to get Joey. He said in the media center that he was chasing down, but he had used the stuff up. The 5 raced him pretty hard after that last caution. She didn't seem to be mad about, and he didn't say nothing about it. I mean, a couple people had asked him about it because I think that could have made a difference. But he said he'd burned his stuff up by the time he got to Joey. He just didn't really have anything left, and I think there's a little bit of an arrow there. I will say too that you always see how they cut across right past the flag stand, and they cut across all that asphalt there. On TV, it looks like one thing. In real life, when you're standing there on pit road and you watch all those guys spread across it looks insane. I mean, insane. It's like it's hard to believe that they ain't wrecked.
It is. When they come back up and merge back in with the traffic, it's
well, and they have a little harder time with the new car doing that.
It takes the difference in the infield and the track surface itself where they cross over.
Mm-hmm.
That car takes
the transition there.
Yeah, it takes a little bit harder bump than the other cars did when it comes through there. But
I'd say each race was pretty exciting. You didn't really, I mean, there at the last one, you thought Joey had it, but he did pretty well with it. But I mean, they were all sort of nail biters and all 3 races, in my opinion. Even the ARCA deal was pretty good.
All right, in the Xfinity race, Riley Hurst got the win. Justin Allgaier got the championship and finished second in the race. And there's a guy who had a long weekend. I mean, he wrecked his primary car, had to go to a backup car. Got in and got penalized a lap, and I mean,
he was working on Brandon Jones's car.
Yeah, they were working on Brandon. I saw that where he was on top putting the stickers on Brandon Jones's car.
Yeah,
that's real, But
busy weekend.
Those guys they battled.
Oh yeah.
And I said 2 or 3 times during that race, I remember saying, "He's done. He's done. He's not going to come back from that." And
100%. There's no way I thought he was going to.
But I guess the good Lord rode with him in that one and got him back to it. In the truck series, the winner of the race was Ty Majeski. He also got the championship. In the ARCA West series, Connor Zilich got the race win, and the champion was Sean Hingori from out there in California. I think he's on McAnally's team, isn't he? I think he's one of Hingori.
I think he's Venturini.
Oh, he's Venturini. Well, maybe so. Anyway, he's the champion out there this time. In the Carolina Pro Late Model Series, they ran at Hickory. Jade Abashian got the win, and Max Reeves got the championship. In the Hickory Fall Brawl Late Model race, Connor Hall got the win in his first race for Junior Motorsports.
How about it?
Yeah. So they asked him as he was going to walk out, asked Junior how to go. He said, "I don't even know." Kelly's like, "We won." Then Junior's like, "Yeah, well, I was trying to watch the race and flow and see if they were going to fight. So I didn't watch the race. And apparently they had
a big problem at the end of that race."
Yeah. He's like, "I'm just trying to see if Connor and then we're going to fight. If they're going to fight, go ahead and get it over with so I can finish watching the Xfinity race." I did ask Junior. I said, we're gonna come back to the Hampton Heat before he was walking out of the media center. He said, man, it was hot. I said, no, it won't. He said, it won't hot. I said, no. It was so late. You don't know what hot is if you thought that was hot. He said, I thought it was a good race. He walked off. I said, he still didn't answer my question.
All right, in the limited late model, Darren Krantz got the win down there. Caraway in the north-south shootout. Justin Bonsignor got another win in the modifieds in the north-south shootout. And give you some news. Want to pass our condolences on to Bobby Allison family.
Yeah,
Bobby
I didn't
passed
know
away.
that.
That happened just before the race. They announced it just a few minutes before the race.
Yeah, they announced it, but apparently it was the night before. Is what some people were saying.
Well, it didn't come out and wasn't released until late. So anyway, we want to do that.
And I didn't realize Junior worked over there at their shop when he was a kid. He something happened. He got a ticket, and Dale Senior said you need to get a job. He worked here, so he worked over there with Donnie and Bobby Allison when they had the baby grand or whatever they had there for a while. So he had to work over there for a
while. Also, the Tracy Smith thing. The obituary in the paper said 3 o'clock. It is going to be at the Liberty Baptist Church on Bethel Road Saturday at 11 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. It's going to be 11 o'clock. So make sure everybody, it's called Tracy's Day. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on over there. They're going to do giveaways. We're going to have hopefully Brandy Marshall next week and be with us, and we'll talk more about what all they got going on. But they got a bunch of stuff they're putting raffles, and then they're going to have
to raise some money, and
they're going to have some cars here, and they're going to do a car show, and they're going to do a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see.
It is, and I don't know her. I don't know that I got to meet her, but certainly I think she's been a long time employee here, and I certainly, I think we all appreciate anybody that's worked here for a long time, and got to give a shout out to Brandy. Brandy's crazy as hell.
Oh yeah,
but we love her.
Oh yeah,
but she's got the biggest heart. And I mean, like, she did the trick or treat thing here, and she's done a bunch of other events, and she really does put a lot of effort into those things. So
I just put it out to you right now, so you'll know she's pissed with you. So keep on talking. You're doing great.
Oh, I didn't even know that I was praising her. What did I do this time?
You screwed it up the week before, but you didn't know what
she gave me all about that. She's like, "You ever read anything before?" I'm like, "Oh."
So she called me last week, and she said, "I'm pissed at you because he didn't do this and didn't do that." I said, okay. She said, "I should have said to you, have you done it? Because he didn't know what he was doing."
Well, now she's learned.
She won't do that again.
That's right. It's like being married. You screw it up bad enough, they'll quit asking you to do it.
Right? Is that your goal going in?
No, that wasn't a goal. That was really me.
So from now on, if Brandy sends you anything for
just for
the
the
make sure.
Oh, it's definitely not just me. No, it may not just be you, but you do a lot, and that means a lot. I mean, it really does.
She put together all the photography stuff for the.
Yeah, that was another one. That she did.
Yeah,
and we're lucky to have somebody like that here to stuff. And then, not to mention, and I don't know how we could overlook this, the thing she did about us doing 400 shows or so.
Oh yeah,
was really touching.
Yeah, I still got it.
And I did not peek at that, and we both watched it first time on the show, and that was very thoughtful, and that meant a lot.
I was talking about it last week. We're up to 460. This is our 462nd show, so we're going to be hitting 500 pretty soon. So
next year,
when you're nonstop.
Yeah, everybody says, "Why do y'all keep on going on when the season's not even going?" But
because news doesn't stop.
That's exactly right.
News doesn't stop. And it's kind of like one of those other things. You get out of it, it's hard to get back going. Keep going. It seems to roll better.
Yeah.
We got Holly Kane. I don't understand what's going on here. She's supposed to be on.
Miss Holly, do you have a video? And I wish I'd have known it was her. I would have went over and said something to her in the media center.
Technology.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't know. Miss Holly, are you there?
Yeah, can you? I can hear you.
Oh, this one apparently not. Maybe she's probably a good writer, but she's. Oh, did you click it away? And I clicked it off.
You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Like she's trying to talk, but she's not.
That'd be really great. We'd lose a third person on the show tonight. But maybe, you know, I don't know.
Oh, this is they can hear. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm sorry. Hang on. Holly, I'm sorry. I turned my mic down or the speaker down while we were at the media center because I didn't want it going off in there. So they could. I thought she was talking. Thank you, Brandy. How about that, Holly?
Can you hear me? I can hear you guys.
Yeah. Well, I had turned the speaker down while I was in the media center, so I wasn't disturbing anybody. So I forgot to turn it up.
Some people don't know what they're doing.
Did you? You keep disappearing. We need to connect their mic before adding them. You there now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys just fine.
Huh. You kept cutting out
cutting
like
you
your
out.
mic was going out or something. It said you had to turn your mic on, but
Well, Holly, tell us, you know, I talked to Doug Rice and he was telling me about the book you wrote. Tell us a little bit about that. I understand it's very interesting.
her mic
That's
is
what I
off.
thought.
Your mic keeps cutting off or something because it says your mic is muted and I can't unmute it because it's saying.
How about now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okay.
We'll go get it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. I don't know what was going on there. It's a good thing I'm a writer, not a broadcaster.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah, exactly. No, thank you for having me on. The book is NASCAR Mavericks, and it's a really fun book. It's a whole lot of short stories, so you don't have to read the whole thing from cover to cover. You can kind of go to what you're interested in. And it looks at the sport of NASCAR from the very beginning until the very end. And we talk to people from Tony Stewart. There's stories about Mario Andretti, obviously Bill France, Smokey Yunick, all the guys that kind of you think of when you think about the very origins of NASCAR.
Well, I love the short story because my attention span is about that long. So that's perfect for me.
How did you go about getting all the stories for this?
Well, reaching out to people. I've covered the sport for 34 years, so I have a few people that would be willing to give it to me, you know, and it was a lot of fun. And the difference with this book and maybe a lot of others is hopefully it's stories you might not necessarily know. It could be funny, it could be the challenges, it could be whatever. Chad Canals is helping us promote it, so right away you know that he is a maverick, and the things that he did always challenged NASCAR. So you know, it's very. I hope that people will read it and come away and say, I didn't know that.
So where can people find your book, or what's the best place to get it?
Well, it's available on Amazon, obviously, and actually, if you Google the title NASCAR Mavericks, you'll find it in a whole lot of places. Today, or actually last night, Dale Earnhardt Jr. sent out a tweet about it, so he was all cool with it, and Mark Martin has been very nice. So it's kind of a coffee table book, though. It's something that you might just set out. The photographs are absolutely fantastic. My co-writer is Herb Branham, who I worked with at the Tampa newspaper, and then he worked for NASCAR. So we come at it from a whole lot of decades covering the sport, and it looks through there. And it's kind of the stories of people that might not always have been politically correct.
Well, there's a few of them, I guess, in NASCAR too.
I've encountered a couple. Yeah.
So what brought this book about? How did this come about?
Well, actually, Herb spoke with a publisher, and I was in the middle of a cancer battle, and he said, "Hey, I've got something that'll take your mind off all this bad stuff. why don't we write about the people that we knew, the people that we covered? And I thought, this is fantastic. And really, that's exactly what happened. And I wrote about Tony Stewart. I wrote about Ross Chastain. But what I loved are stories like even Mario Andretti and AJ Foyt, because some people don't realize they won the Daytona 500. You know, we associate them with the Indy 500. Well, they were Mavericks, and that they decided, I want to run stock cars too. And they did. And so it's really a look back. I mean, if you think about it, the whole sport of NASCAR is kind of a maverick sport, right? I mean, it's from the France family that said, let's make this an actual sport and see where we can go with it. And I would argue it's one of the greatest sports we have.
And it's a great story also. I mean, from the France family to start out in Daytona, running a couple of races, and what it's turned. I would love to hear, or, you know, it would be neat to hear what Bill France Sr. thinks about it today, you know, how big it has become, right?
I agree with you totally. I think about that a lot, actually. And I was fortunate enough to know Bill Jr. Before he passed away. And I actually was working at the Dallas newspaper. And I remember when the Texas Motor Speedway first started, there were a lot of, you may remember back in the mid 1990s, there were some, you know, what shall we say, complexities between Speedway Motorsports and NASCAR. And I remember that. I remember going over and talking to Bill France Jr. and he's like, we are not going to race here. And I remember speaking to Bruton Smith, what's wrong with this track? And so, you know, there's a lot of kind of that insight that's in the book as well. But a lot of it too are the people, you know, Sarah Christian, one of the early women that raced there. As I mentioned, Smokey Yunick, you know, he was somebody that, and even actually a modern day Chad Knaus, right? These are people that pushed the boundaries. And I think they're some of the most interesting stories there are.
What was one of the stories that you got told that really surprised you and really caught your interest? What was one of those?
Well, you know, a lot of it for me, obviously, I wasn't covering NASCAR in the 50s and 60s and 70s. And looking back at what it was like then, and, you know, I just got back from Phoenix covering the championship this week. And I actually thought several times over the weekend, wow, can you imagine what they would have to say about the playoff format or the way it all worked? And I just thought the people that founded the sport, I actually think that they would think it was cool that this is what it's evolved to. But I know there's a lot of purists and a lot of fans that, you know, might argue differently, but that's the great thing about the sport. I was thinking about this. There's very few sports. Major League Baseball doesn't, football, the NFL doesn't, hockey, basketball, they don't complain or, you know, have as much input into the running of the sport. NASCAR allows its fans to have a whole lot of input. And I think that's huge. And the fact that they have outlets where they can talk about it.
That is true. I never thought about that, but it is very true. And the competitors, I mean, they're the most, sometimes they can be the most critical. Depends on what side of the fence you're on.
I was just going to say, unless they're hoisting a trophy or something.
Right. But, I mean, Joey Logano is a prime example. Everybody was talking about I was there in Phoenix, and before Joey come in, everybody was complaining about the point system, right, or the playoffs. And then Joey comes in there and is like, I think his exact words was "fuck that." What more of a storyline can you get? And he's right. I mean, he's 100% right. Like, who can you get that got put into the playoffs? Right, he was out, and then go on to win a championship and have so many winners that leapfrogged a bunch of these guys and pushed guys out like Kyle
Ryan Blaney. I mean, he was not a part of the top four when they went into Martinsville, and for the second year, he showed it at Martinsville and got in there and nearly won the championship, 0.3 of a second.
Right. I thought he was going to get him at the end, but he just kind of stalled out behind him. And he wasn't that mad about it, to be honest, surprisingly.
He was pretty exhausted when he climbed out of that car, wasn't he?
Yes, he was, yeah.
He gave it. There's no question.
Now, how did you get your start with the NASCAR part of the writing? I mean, I know you did. You said you were at Tampa one time, but how did you get started with the NASCAR?
Well, actually, I started covering IMSA. My first race was the 12 Hours of Sebring, and talk about a long race to get into. But it was fantastic. And I'm from Central Florida. I went to the University of South Florida in Tampa. So I was very aware of all the races. Florida's very blessed. I mean, we basically start all the series, right? We have the IndyCar season opener. We have the Daytona 500. We have Sebring. We have the Rolex 24. So when I started out in the newspaper business, I saw there was a real opportunity, and I loved it. I loved the racing. And my father was a sportscaster, so I kind of got it, honestly, you might say.
So what did your dad do?
He covered some racing, but he mainly did like play-by-play. He covered back when they were the Minnesota Twins. He was the first play-by-play announcer for the New York Islanders in hockey, and did a lot of things like that. So I grew up with an English teacher mother and a father who was a sportscaster. So actually, it was fairly inevitable.
Yeah, well, I would say so.
Perfect mix.
Yeah.
Well, Holly, I know you got stuff going on right now, and I appreciate you taking time out to come and speak to us for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you got to get back to the little book party you got going on. Congratulations on the book, and hopefully I'm gonna get my hands on one real soon here and check it out.
You got Amazon?
I hope you do, because you know what? I'm not just saying it because I'm the author, but I look at it, and a lot of my friends aren't necessarily big NASCAR fans, but they've gotten one and they're like, damn, I didn't know that. That's really kind of interesting. And it's a great coffee table book, as they say, and it's also a good Christmas gift. So thank you for having me on, and I hope you will check it out.
I will definitely check it out.
I'm glad it's like for ADD people. So
I got a history in the sport with some people in the sport that I grew up around and everything. So this would be an interesting thing for me to keep up with and see what all took place. That's really good.
Yeah, and you'll have a lot of those same people in this book as well.
Well, we appreciate your time. Good luck to you, and we'll see you at sometime down the road at one of the racetracks.
And next time we'll say hi when we run into you.
Listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys do a great job, and take care. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And she told me she had a book signing party or
really?
party going on.
Oh, wow.
And she left out of the party to come talk to us.
Wow.
And she said that I'll come in and stop what I'm doing and come talk to you for a little while, but I got to get back. So
okay.
that's why I went on and
I didn't know that. But I've seen her in the media center many times.
I've seen her there many times too.
I did not realize it until today when I seen the little Instagram thing. I'm like, that's the packages we got, the little gifts we got at the media center. I'm like, that's the things. Oh, well, if I'd have known, I would have went over and said something to her.
Yeah, and I want to also thank Doug Rice. Doug Rice has sent me a message and said that this would be somebody we really need to get on the show and talk about her book, because her book is great. And I mean, he reiterated it a couple times, and he said he set it up and everything. Of course, and he got busy doing something, and he said, how about?
Oh, I meant to tell Holly too. Like I sent her a friend request and it hadn't been accepted yet, Holly.
Maybe there's a reason.
We didn't say hi to her.
Right.
I mean, people like Robert Rummels, you can't even say his name, and stuff like that. And then
That's at this level.
Right. Ignore your damn sponsor.
And then you go off somewhere like that, and somebody who's as important as Holly is, you just didn't even make an attempt. That's
That's sad. That's terrible.
It is terrible. See, I would have just walked up and said something to her.
Well, I didn't know. If you'd have told me, then I would have done that. But see, you didn't inform
Well,
me.
you wasn't here. You wasn't here when all that.
Here.
You wasn't here when all that was taking place. We had a great show last week.
Things went smooth.
We had a wonderful show.
Me
and Adam had a heck of a show.
And you said no yacht this time.
Yeah, but me and Adam got things going on. Right? We're going to make
not
sure.
like that.
We had Wesley on the show.
Yeah, dude.
We had Wesley Newell on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you?
His dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, we had Wesley on here, and then first thing he wants to talk about is Robbie Parker. And I shut that down.
He almost threw him out.
What did he say about Robbie
You're
Parker?
talking about,
How great he is?
Good
Yeah.
advice.
yeah, he gives him good advice and everything. And last show you're going to be on.
Yeah, it's funny because Wesley and them, I remember when he was just a little teeny fella, when I did arena racing, and him and his dad would come in the pits after the races, and they just wanted to get involved, and they finally bought him an arena car, and to see him racing now, it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he won't this tall when he first started coming around in arena racing. So it's good to see
He's been
people.
racing, what, 11 years already?
Yeah, he's been racing 11 years.
Long time.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we had a wonderful, everybody was watching our show.
Mason,
Mason
did they run out of size? Oh, well, I just grabbed the bag, man. This was a championship shirt from Phoenix while I was there. I decided to get me a shirt while I was there. I didn't want a regular t-shirt. I like these UV shirts.
There you go.
Do I look better?
Not really, but we got a lot of people locked up in jails that look like that.
That's how they started out.
But anyway, yeah, but we did have a good show last week. Good, we had a good viewership last week.
Did?
Everything was really good.
Without me here?
Without you here,
That's a
matter of fact, we outdid the last 3 or 4 weeks when you were here.
He didn't push any wrong buttons either.
No,
That's a shocker.
we had everything
I
going
was
perfect.
surprised. I was waiting for my phone to go off.
My phone call. We broke it.
I was going to try to get on, but it was like 3 o'clock my time, so I was like, I was busy.
Now, before we go to Aiden, let's find out what you were so busy doing. You were in Las Vegas. What were you so busy doing? I mean,
Sounds like my wife. Why didn't you answer my phone call? I was busy.
oh, there you messed up then, didn't you?
You're digging yourself a hole, man.
No, I don't care.
And he's right, he don't.
No, man, Vegas is Vegas.
Vegas is a busy city.
It is. It never sleeps. I didn't get much sleep there. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep in Phoenix either. And then I took the red eye back Sunday night, and I think half the plane had NASCAR people on it. Kyle Petty, I mean, a bunch of pit crew guys, engineers. Seen Connor Medeiros. He's working over at Legacy. He's an engineer on the 42. It's coming up on his year anniversary, and he was going to help Godovic and them in Abu Dhabi or Singapore, wherever the hell they're racing.
Abu Dhabi. Good Lord.
They had another 8-hour flight or 10-hour flight, but then he had a 10-hour layover, so he was going to go home and probably take a nap. And hopefully he didn't oversleep and
Hopefully he's
made
there.
his plane. Yeah. So
That's way too much for. That's way too
no
much.
surprise. What's the dude that went through Rev Racing? He was on there. He was on the flight. The black kid.
Roger.
No, Mumbo. Whatever. What the hell? What's his name?
Mamba.
Huh?
Mamba Smith.
Mamba.
Yeah.
Mamba, whatever.
Whatever the hell his name is now. What did it used to be? What's his real name? He done wore that one out. That's why you got.
I forget
Dylan.
now what his real name
Dylan?
is.
I think it is. Is it Dylan?
Something's saying Dylan in my head. I
I think it does start with a D or something like that.
It does. And I can't think, but anyway, yeah, you're right. He was here for when they did the tryouts here.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was one of the people who did, and I interviewed him when he was here. When they put us in that booth down there, and they brought all the guys up here to interview.
Yeah.
And he was one of
That
them.
was when what's his name's granddaughter did the combine too, wasn't it?
Yeah, Herschel McGriff.
Right.
Herschel
Yeah.
McGriff. She was here. And
He
came down
was
there.
here, right? Did
Yep.
he come? Yeah.
And Daniel Hemrick's wife,
Oh yeah.
Kinsey.
Kinsey Rustin,
Kinsey
was here with the combine.
You haven't heard what he's doing next year?
Yes, we did. Stay tuned.
No.
Yeah, he's
Might surprise people.
it's gonna be a big surprise, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, let's pull Aiden in here.
I don't think we got a polling.
Turn his camera on, whatever you want to do, whatever you call it. Get it up here so we can do it.
You see what I'm working with, Aiden?
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? I mean, you got new kid who I've never seen, and Mr. Hoodie over there.
New kid, man.
You've never seen him before.
Aiden, you raced here, man. Come on.
He's the pit road announcer.
He's the pit road announcer here at Langley now.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't.
We've been here a couple of years, but he's here.
I can really see you guys.
Times is 0. So,
Where were you guys? I went up there after my race, and you guys were gone.
We weren't here.
No, we were.
I'm saying y'all were at Charlotte. What was up?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
they're important.
we
Our heads are kind of big, so we had to go to a big.
we had to make a decision on a fly there. Were we gonna stay here, or were we going to Charlotte? And I think
It was a decision.
no, it wasn't much of a decision. we were on our way. So anyway, now let's talk about something that's very special that happened to you a couple weeks ago, whatever it was, when you were named the David Chambers
David Champion's sportsmanship award.
Sportsman of the Year.
Nice.
How in the world did you do that?
How do you think? Just being me.
I mean, come on now. I mean, I want to know how you buffaloed enough people to vote for you for that thing.
It cost a lot of money.
Yeah, no. No. It was just being happy and helping everybody. There is a kid who started doing bandos this year, Noah Evans, in I think it was 36 car, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I remember the number correctly. He moved down from mini stocks, and I
Oh,
actually helped him out a lot around the track.
well, that's pretty cool. And then you get a special award for it. I mean, you know, and from what I understand, now you correct me if I'm wrong, and I've been wrong a lot. But
Say that again.
no, shut up, Scott. You were the youngest one to ever win that award, right?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's a testament to his parents.
Yeah, well, yeah, it had to be the upraising that your parents gave you because, you know, I don't know if you could have done that by yourself.
Oh, ha ha. Ha ha. Hardy har har.
So what's going on now? I mean, what are you looking at as far as, I mean, you know, you said you're done with the bando racing, and what are you looking at? I know you got some other things outside of racing that you're planning on, but
Yeah.
are you planning on anything else?
So I think I'm taking a leave of absence from the racing stuff for college, but I do want, like, over this year I'm trying to get in, like, seeing if people around are just having bombers that I could race for a day that they're not using or something that I could rent for like one race or something. I don't know,
That'd be cool.
but I'm looking for sponsors for college.
Looking for sponsors from college. But that takes a lot of money. I mean, I'd rather sponsor race cars.
I mean,
Look, your mom and dad got plenty of money. That ain't even a problem. You ain't got to worry about it.
sure.
It's gonna be-
We'll just go with that.
I mean, your daddy cooks them great meals, and I mean, you barbecues out on the grill all the time. Y'all still haven't invited me down, but that's okay.
We have multiple times.
Don't even get upset. You know, I'm not upset with you. I'm happy. You know, maybe someday you'll figure out I can come down and visit you or something. You know, just and fix something on the grill. Your dad can do that. I mean, he don't have to be selfish about all the food. You know, I mean, he talk about how good it is and everything. And okay, you know how it is. I know how y'all are.
Am I thinking a little bit of jealousy over there?
Well, it could be a little bit of that, but you know, I think I'm part of your family sometimes. You know, I've been around you a long time, and I mean, not like that, but I mean, we've known
everybody
each
has
other. Shut
one
up,
of them
Scott.
people in their family.
Come on, Jack, give Scott some talking space.
This is why he won the award, Jack.
He's part of this group too.
Look, you have not been around Scott enough to know him, okay? So when you get around him, you'll probably be telling him to shut up too.
You're so mean, Jack.
Well, I mean, you know, hey, I know your mom and daddy like me, so that's all, you know.
It doesn't matter.
No, but they, you know, the years that I've known you and everything that you've been through, the back surgery and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, to get an award like you got there, that has to be a big deal.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty big feather in your cap.
Yeah, it was a massive deal for us as a whole.
Did you have an idea that you may have gotten it?
No, we actually had no idea. So we were at the banquet, and they're getting a video set up, and they were doing like not really speech, but like talking about the decision making into it, and we like genuinely thought it was going to be Noah, our pit crew, or our crewman, or the main guy for our team, till the video popped up, and yeah. I was speechless. My mom was speechless. Everyone in the family was speechless.
Even your dad?
Yes, especially my dad.
Wow.
You're right.
That's hard to believe. Now, has your dad, since the last time that I saw them here at Langley, you know, when my grandson and everybody was there?
Yeah.
Has your dad learned to wash dishes yet?
Wait, what?
Has he learned to wash dishes yet?
Yes, maybe.
He has? Well, I'm glad, because your mama was after him about washing dishes. I want to make sure you got that straight.
I mean, we're still teaching him, but
Well,
So he's not 100% yet.
I'm glad it takes a whole team to get him to do it, you know, get it in there.
So how is the back surgery going? You said your mom said it's been 3 years this month. How is that going so far?
I've been doing good. I haven't really thought about it. Still doing the occasional PT session, but we're getting ready to go into just weight training, not really weight training, but like a fitness instructor kind of thing.
All right.
Okay.
Now tell us a little bit about what you got going on at NC State with the NC State thing. Tell us what you got.
So I applied for both NC State and Appalachian State for their industrial design class, and I'm planning to go into automotive design.
Oh, okay. Automotive design.
So then he'll be an engineer on one of these teams.
You know, here we are, Scott, and he'll be.
I can't even read engineer.
You can't even read a promo on the show. So
I'm gonna delete Brandy's comment. He's gonna be blocked.
Boy, you say something mean.
Well, you know, we got.
I mean, I did her a solid favor. And
he messed it all up, and there it is. But Aiden, I know you had some great times with the bandos and having a lot of fun. Do you have people that you would love to thank, you know, for all the stuff they've done for you in the bandos?
Just everyone who I've ever been interacted with over all 4 years, from you guys to DSM and RRM, all the sponsors, Gil's Crane Service, Argyle Rebel Films, Milton's Pizza, Spine and Scoliosis Institute. They all helped so much, especially all the other sponsors over the years as well.
And Mom and Dad.
People like Phoenix, Noah Hayslip, Leroy Kimball, Carson Hayslip, Gavin, and everyone else in the group that was racing against me. We had a lot of fun.
yeah, that's one thing I love about the sport. You get these lifelong friends, really, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I guess you still got Phoenix as a friend. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know you. You've been trying to get her to talk trash about me.
And she wouldn't talk trash about you.
I know. That's integrity right there.
It's like the one person she wouldn't.
Yeah, that's right. She talked trash about everybody else.
she wasn't scared to say anything about
Well,
it.
who was it we were with last week we were trying to start a trouble with?
Was it Wesley?
I think it might have been Wesley. We were trying to start trouble.
Else? Wesley and somebody in the truck.
We were trying to start.
We tried. He wouldn't budge.
No, he wouldn't do anything. So where's Mom and Dad at tonight? I thought they'd be hanging out by you, you know.
Nah, they're downstairs doing their own thing.
Oh, it was Delaney.
Delaney, that's right. It was Delaney. Yeah.
You don't be bugging her. You gotta know how to play as it is.
Hey, Hey, she won some races this year now. I mean, you know, she
I know.
and she told us she whooped your butt nothing. It wasn't no big deal there.
Oh, hush up. We all know that's not true. We all know we're equally matched.
Huh?
We all know we're equally matched.
You're
Yeah,
equally matched? But I thought she did pretty good last year.
She is. She did really well.
Okay.
I won't lie. She did really good.
Did you go through last year?
What?
How many motors did you go through last year?
None?
Okay, I'll let you go.
Maybe one or two, but they didn't blow or anything. They just decided not to not work.
Horsepower.
Yeah, they decided to not work right.
Did that have anything to do with your dad doing that?
Oh.
No.
Huh?
Heather said 3.
No, my dad's not that bad.
Heather, I mean, your mom said 3 motors this year.
Okay. Good to know.
So, I mean, there has to be a common denominator in that somewhere. So I'm thinking it's probably your dad.
No, it's not my dad.
Your mom is too perfect to do stuff like that. So it has to be your dad.
Don't put
It's not my dad. My dad doesn't mess with it like that. No. If anything, it'd be the tire pressure if it was him.
Well, okay. So how much work did your mom do on the car then? Did she mess up stuff too?
No, she didn't do much. She left it to the professionals.
Left it to
And
the
she gave advice whenever she could.
I tell you one thing, she can cook a cookie.
That's for dang sure.
That's all she needs to do.
And she needs to do some more for me.
Well, whenever you feel like coming down here and being with us for a little bit, we'll make you some.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute here.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on just a second
They
here.
can't.
I'm just not gonna come knocking on your door looking for cookies. That ain't gonna happen. Okay?
That was something that would be roasted. Hey, I'm looking for cookies.
I ain't gonna come to your house looking for
That
cookies.
might sound a little weird.
Your mom and dad need to
Your
say,
mom's got some good
you need
cookies.
to send me a message and say, Jack, come on down here and we'll cook out, and your dad will cook some barbecue.
Okay, he
or
cook. He can't wash dishes, but he can cook.
he can cook. When his wife said he couldn't wash dishes very well.
Yeah, no. You can't light fireworks either.
But see, and then when I come down there, like when y'all give me that invite, and I come down there, maybe then she can have the cookies when I get there.
Maybe. And I might cook something too.
You gonna cook something?
I do some really good Nubik brownies.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, here it comes.
You're going to need to finish this up because we're going to get Mommy make some cookies and brownies, and Fred, we got to go get some cake.
I knew he'd show up eventually.
Yeah, I know, because the floors are so thin at my place, they can hear me talking downstairs.
Watch what you say. Anyway,
too funny.
well, Aiden, we appreciate it, man. Congratulations on that award. You deserve it, man.
absolutely.
I have to say you deserve it.
I wish you two were here for the last Langley race.
Do what now?
I wish you two were there for the last Langley race.
I know.
I went the entire thing without a radio.
Hey, look, let me say something. Let me, Scott and I went to Charlotte, and not that I don't think the world of you and your family, and I do, but Scott and I had an opportunity to go to Charlotte and hang out with Rajah Caruth and some of those people down there, and I'm saying we had to do that.
You
Okay.
got to drive with me in my car.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
over here.
I'll take your word for it.
What kind of car you got now? I know you got a car. What was the car?
A Scion FRS.
Okay. So have you taken it down the road and blow it out going down the road and see how fast it goes?
Through a motor.
No,
You have not?
no, because then I get grounded.
You get grounded.
Why are you winking?
Because then mine had taken it on the Wake County Speedway like twice.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
don't
don't be acting like I'm getting in trouble for this because my mom was there.
Hey, look, and look, don't ever get in the car with Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, because there was a couple times I wish I'd have stayed here and went to Langley with you.
There was
But-
one time he threw his phone up and it landed on the door.
Scott, we're riding down the road and Scott's on
I
his
gotta look for the
phone
camera,
like
see if I
this,
have it.
and I look at the speedometer and he's doing 96 miles an hour with this in his hand.
Man, Scott, you are crazy.
He didn't have his hands on the wheel. I know. I felt I was like crazy.
And I thought Jack was an adrenaline head.
The car drives itself. I have a Tesla, so it was driving. It's fine.
Yeah, you should have rode with him. It was really fine.
It makes a lot of noise too.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta fight it. It wants to go one way, and you don't want to go that way. You gotta fight it. You know.
When he threw that phone up in the air, that bitch landed in the door. I was crying.
Yeah, I got kind of scared a couple times.
He was already jumpy anyway.
I even talked to that car a lot.
She seen my mom in the car with me when we went out to Wake.
Uh-oh.
She was hollering.
She rode with you on track.
Yeah, we got in my street car. We went around Wake a few times.
Oh, how fast did you get up to?
60.
60?
60 on the straight.
The look on her face.
I bet she was enjoying it, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, we went on the straights. We went up to 60, and then I slammed the brake and brought it down to like 40.
Mm.
And then a couple weeks later, I did the same thing with Dad, except I pushed it a little bit harder.
And your dad screamed when he was riding around with you.
No, he didn't scream, but the way Dad didn't scream. I'll say that he didn't really scream. Not
He
really.
didn't really scream.
He,
Well,
he didn't scream.
when I was
He
riding,
doesn't show terror by screaming. He shows terror by telling you to stop.
when I was riding with Scott, I screamed.
Hey, we did a pace car ride at Charlotte one time, and who we were riding with did you scream? Don't look. You know you did.
K.O. Conley.
Yeah, Cam Conley. It's just, he thought he was
That
good.
dude had us less than an inch off the wall.
When we were running 150, 160.
Man, you look crazy.
We're running.
Did y'all see the pace car spin out at Phoenix?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
They must have let that go.
I know. I seen your post afterwards.
Yeah, I put a post in that NASCAR lost their mind, let Scott drive the pace car. And that's what happens.
He was fine until the 9 run into him. Funny tried to spin him out.
That
Anyway.
man didn't touch crap.
All right, well, Aiden, we appreciate it, man. I'll let you go eat your cookies.
Well, I gotta go to bed. I got school tomorrow.
You got school tomorrow?
I don't.
You hope.
Good for you, mate.
God, sugar.
Yeah, that's one of your
Well,
fans
that's what
right there.
That's
So,
what happens when you don't do.
Who's over there?
huh?
Who's over there?
That's my grandson, the one you talked to when you.
Yo, what's up?
Hey,
But anyway, all right, Aiden. Good luck to you, man. Congratulations, and
Yeah.
keep me informed on what's going on. And
Yeah. Good luck with school, man.
Hey, Jack.
Much more important than this racing.
why can't we get equal?
Hey, Jack.
yeah,
Good luck with Scott.
a lot of people have said that to me, and he's still here.
It's like a bad habit to get rid of.
All right, Aiden. We'll talk to you again real soon, man. Tell your mom and dad I said hi.
Yeah. Tell them all hi.
Okay.
man.
And don't choke on the cookie. Later, man.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
The cookies and brownies was pretty damn good.
Well, the time you weren't here and she came up here and brought cookies. Them cookies were good. I don't know if I made home with them or not. I don't remember. I know she gave them to me, and I don't know if I got them home or not. I sat up here in the press box and ate them, and every time Adam or Brian come out of there, I hit them so they wouldn't see it.
I was gonna say I don't remember that.
Yeah. See, now you know why. I mean,
Damn.
with friends like him, you know.
Next time Aiden comes to the track, I'm gonna have to say something.
Right.
Anyway. Oh, she said she got to drive Aiden's man.
I think I remember her saying something about that. That's pretty funny. Around the big track, though, or just around?
I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. We didn't have Chuck and
Brandy.
Brandy. They won't hear.
Who?
Hopefully,
I don't remember. Who's that?
I don't know, but Brandy knows who you are. So,
Oh, I love Brandy. It's always a good laugh.
so anyway, we'll.
Gee, what are you doing over there?
I don't know.
Push the button.
My phone
Yes, he
keeps
did, look.
going crazy.
Your phone?
Yeah, the bed.
I'm not paying nothing.
You can see a screen.
They just keep popping up.
like he's like clicked on some malware shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. Scott's got to go home.
What's up, Danny?
So anyway, Danny Millard. Danny Millard, my hero.
The OG.
And look, Brandy says, "Why were you there so early?" I come this time. I come that time every day. Every time I come up here, I'm there. You know, some people.
He's trying to get away from his wife.
Boy,
Watch it, Christian Mingle over there.
Yeah.
We-
Hey, how many kids do you know that go off to a church camp for a weekend? They go off to the church camp, and it's a social. What is it? A Christian mingle camp. That's where they get to pick up their girlfriends and stuff. And he picked one up from New Bern, North Carolina.
And she's already done kicked into the curb.
That was fast.
We didn't even date. We didn't even talk.
That's not what it sounded like.
Anyway,
You want me to show you text messages? I got you.
we don't need
We'll
that.
save that for after the show.
All right, everybody, that's our show. Please like and share our show, and we'll see you again next Tuesday night. Hopefully, we're going to have Kylie Glick next week. Do you all know who Kylie Glick is?
I was just going to
That
say,
name rings a bell.
She's a female race car driver from like out in the Phoenix and somewhere in that area. Somewhere she races out that way.
okay.
She's going to be with us. She's 14 years old. Done won a couple races this year.
Is she on Christian Mingle too?
Hoping not at that age.
So I don't know. You'll have to ask the guy who's.
Yeah, let's see if she's on the site.
Anyway,
Anybody else we got?
as of right now, oh yes, one I forgot about. Hopefully, he has not sent it to me yet, but Chris Hettinger.
Okay.
He's going to be with us next week.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So anyway, all right, we'll see you again next week, and hopefully we'll all be together.
But not like that.
Is that your new phase?